Oof. What's up, guys? Back with another live stream. I just need to do a bit of admin work. I wanted to start it now because obviously it is 6 p.m. But I need to reply to a few messages. So let me do that. Today we're going to be looking at some Hashgraph online stuff. So we're going to be deploying the website, which we created last time. And also we will be looking at ChainLink. But I'm going to be kicking off in a couple of minutes. So please bear with. Okay, right. Okay, let's get live. So today we will be doing two things. There's going to be a half-hour break in about an hour and a half, and we're going to be deploying the Hedera, the Recursion SDK website, which we built yesterday. Which, if I share my screen now, you can see what we built yesterday. So let's present, and then I'll go share screen. Window, let's just make sure there's nothing dodgy. This is what we want. Cool. So this is the website which we made yesterday, and this is what it looks like. This is a web application or an HTML file which we created completely with. Am I talking? Yeah, test. Yeah. So this is a web application which we built completely with Hedera Recursion SDK. Thanks a lot, Julie J. Appreciate that. That was a bit of a. Yesterday in the stream, I didn't have the mic on for the first 2 minutes or so. But so yeah, we created this website yesterday completely using ChatGPT. As you can see over here, this is our ChatGPT chat history, and you can trigger meteors to hit the Earth. Now, what we're going to be doing today, this is the Earth. If you couldn't tell, what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be actually deploying this onto the Hedera, onto the Hedera consensus service using the Hashgraph SDK. So we tried to do it yesterday via the user interface. We were facing some issues. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to do it via the API, and I reckon it's always a safe bet just going with the API. So we want to go start inscription. This will be the inscription API which we want to use. Again, I've never actually done this before, so it'd be sort of me learning from scratch. And we need to returns a transaction ID and transaction bytes needed for payments. Takes the transaction byte. So yeah, we're going to be using this API, and then what we can do is we can hopefully deploy it up. This is the request body. JSON file URL. Is that your local URL? JSON file URL. File URL, file standard. I wonder if that's the. Are there any examples? File URL. That must be like a local. No, that must be a deployed file URL. So maybe we need to host it. That's for the CDN. So yeah, we're going to be looking to inscribe it. Oh, and let's let's see if we can do it via the inscribe UI now. Maybe it's improved. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. I'll take that. We won't do it via the API. Or we can maybe try it afterwards. I'm just going to turn the lights on because I don't know the dark. Yeah, so we're not going to do it via the API yet. We'll do it via the API afterwards. But let's just upload this index HTML file which we created. Again, this is so that we can inscribe this web application which we created completely with ChatGPT, so that we can inscribe it onto the Hedera consensus service. So just need to basically drag and drop that particular file. Let's open it. Drag and drop the index HTML file up here. It's uploading that. Okay. And then actually, let's have a look at the, okay, let's do it both ways. I think it's good to do it both ways. So we will do it via the API. I'm going to see if, assuming I can see the API call in this local network tab, and then we can just replicate it to make sure that we're doing stuff correctly. So we'll call this Hashgraph Hustlers. We'll call it Hashgraph Hustlers inscription. Creator jcool. Description, don't need that. Oh, we can. So what's the best way to describe this? It's a meteor striker, a web application which allows the user to strike meteors at Earth. The MIME type, image or JPEG. We don't have a image, do we? HTML. So that's the HTML. And then don't need to add any attributes. That's just optional. Let's begin the inscription process. So what have we got over here in the API? In the API layer, we've got none of them are API requests. Let's begin it. This should hopefully pop up my hash pack. Yeah, it does. So I'm going to approve this transaction, 10 cents per message. And it looks like we're not doing that many messages. Let's see. Ugh, come on. Really? Come on, bro. What is this, man? Invalid signature. Okay, we might have to go straight to the API. What's this thing doing? What is that? I think this is the API which we want. Just need to rearrange my tabs. Give me a second. Let's go that over there. That over there. That over there. So just for those who are a bit confused, what we're trying to do at the moment, trying to get this HTML index.html page inscribed onto the Hedera consensus service. And then this is the API which I'm trying to call. Inscriptions generate. That looks like the same API which we're being directed to over here. Scribe and hashnuls. Selecting file. docs. Oh, API. So it is that start inscription. Is there a generate thing here? No, it's not generate API. Huh. We're going to debug this together. Okay. And does anyone here have any experience with Hashinals? Has anyone actually inscribed it yet? That's the payload, TTL. I just get this error when I try to actually submit the transaction. Maybe if I disconnect all and reconnect, who knows? Sign out, console, clear local storage, hard refresh. Let's go for it one more time. If not, we're going to do it we're going to give it a go via the API. I'm going to be doing Hashpack. Guess I could try downloading Kabila, to be fair. I've never actually downloaded Kabila. It's quite annoying. All right, we're going to go for the API then. Let's do it. Now, I am assuming, so this gives us, returns a transaction ID, take the transaction bytes and execute it to complete the payment. So we need to send that in the request body. File name, holder ID, mode, Hashinal, creator, description, file standard, file URL. This is the thing which I'm getting concerned about. Is it going to be, presumably it can't just be like a local, presumably it can't be a local file directory. It must be like an actual file hosted somewhere. That's what my initial assumption is. Let's see if there's any more in the documentation. Let's see if there's any other information. Inscribing Hashinals. How to inscribe. Hashinal type, immutable Hashinal default options. Yeah, okay, this is via the user interface. I mean, it might be because I didn't upload the metadata first. Might that be why? Well, okay. Overview, minting Hashinals. Minting and immutable. Once you've used the API to inscribe valid HCS1 files, you can mint the metadata. Okay. So see, again, I just don't know whether this file URL. I don't think it's going to be I don't think a local one is going to work. It needs to be something which is actually pointing somewhere else. Let me ask on the Telegram channel. And then maybe what I'll do is I'll flip it so that we focus this first half on ChainLink, and then we can focus the second half on actually getting this inscription, getting this inscribed onto the user interface, onto Hashgraph. That might be a good way to go about it. Let's do one more try. Okay, let's do that. We're going to do ChainLink at the moment, and I'm going to see if I can get some answers to this in the background. Restarting the browser sometimes does the trick. Just sending a message on this, on the Hashgraph group chat. I mean, maybe it's even possible just to inscribe it myself using the Hashgraph Online tutorials. So they've got standards over here, HCS topic validation, uploading to HCS. Each chunk is uploaded to a header consensus topic. Keep in mind that because of the O property, the sequence number that the chunk is uploaded does not matter. This enables many chunks to be uploaded in parallel. So I think, I mean, it's technically possible for us to just do it like this. HCS1 topics must include a SHA-256 hash of the file being uploading, the compression algorithm being used, and the encoding as the memo. So I guess another way that we could do it is actually doing it here. And I presume, then I think that this API, probably what it's doing is you need to upload the file, and then it automatically does this. The API will do this chunking process probably. So the format for the memo is hash algo encoding. Algo is the compression used, the algorithm being used, encoding is the encoding, okay. Hash base 64. Okay, interesting. So you can see what I'm doing. Does this API Oh no, it looks like it's gone wrong on Twitter. Okay, whatever, let me send this. Looks like there's some issue with Twitter. I want to get it back up on Twitter because I think that's where most of the engagement is at. So let's try it. Let's try stream again on Twitter. Error occurred. All right, I'm gonna end the stream and then restart it again because it's for some reason. Oh no, it's coming through now. You are live. Okay. Interesting. Is that working now? Are we live? What's going on, man? View on Twitter. Continue. Okay. If you're on Twitter, could you just maybe add a? No, it's not working. It's definitely not working. All right, I'm gonna end the stream and just restart it. Try to fix this Twitter issue.